Hi guys, this is Ann from Planner Girls. I'm going to do a little walkthrough tutorial plan with me video, and I just wanted to show you how I'm using the new 2019 planner. This is also a test planner right now, so I'm giving you a preview of what's coming to the shop. So here we go. Okay. Right now, what I have up on my screen is Zoomnotes, the 2019 modular planner, which will be available in the shop later this week. So then I'm going to go ahead and plan out my month. I think I'm going to start with, let's see, what am I going to start with? I can't remember what I put in this kit. Okay, so I'm going to start with some long tape. I'm just going to cover it up with this chocolate colored washi tape. I'm just going to hit paste again. So I have two pieces that are long enough to cover all this up. Okay. So now I'm going to take my day stickers to right here. I'm going to start with Monday. And then I'm just going to place these right on top. I'm going to resize as I go. All I'm doing is holding and dropping. Make that one a little smaller to match. Okay. Just move it over a little bit. Okay, now we're going to go to Friday. This sticker method also works in GoodNotes if you have the split screen. Let me show you how to do that. So here's my Zoomnotes. I'm going to pull up my toolbar and I'm going to hold and drop the folder icon, the file icon over. Now I have my kit here and just drag and drop. Okay, so now I have all my month or the week labels. I'm going to go through and put some icons and stickers in for the month. I like these squares. They resize up nicely. More squares. I know there's more squares. I'll pull this for my notes over here on the side. Okay. And I'm still looking for squares. While I mentioned this was the a test planner, it is still functions the same way as our other planners. I'll show you what the difference is here, but this page is not any different with the planners. Let's stick this up here. I kind of like some balance in my planner, but I just love these cute stickers that are all square to go on my days. Might have to move that bottom one around. Oops. I have found if you have this problem where it's doing that if you move it around a little bit, sometimes, there we go. You move it around and then you can resize it. Okay. I'm not too worried about covering up the date, but I do want to keep the square proportion. So I'm going to put date stickers on here in a little bit. Let's see. There's another square. Okay. And let's see. The cool thing about GoodNotes, I'm sorry, the cool thing about Zoomnotes is you have layers. So I will show you how I use those layers. Currently, as you can see, I only have one layer right here and one layer visible. So I'm going to continue with this layer, and then I'll show you where I go and do something else with the layers. Let's stick these all over. I love these little guys. Okay, so this sticker now is in front of, as you can see, it's in front of my word. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to go up to the gear icon, and I'm going to hit move to back. Look at that. Let's see. Any more of these squares to use? I'm going to go this way. I have that one. I have that one. I don't have this one. Stick it right here. Although I feel like I'm powder heavy here, so I'm going to move this one over here and put this one here. Okay, now let's start with the days. And actually, I'm going to cut this. I'm going to delete it. Then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to do plus, and I'm going to lock this layer and just do the dates on this layer. And as you can see, that is overlapping again, and I'm going to leave that one overlapping because it's on the other layer. Oops. I think I'm going to make this one just as small as the other one. Takes up too much room on my day. Okay. I'm covering up the links in this calendar, but they still work when you cover them up. So it is a-okay. As you can tell, I'm not really matching the... And move back to the third layer. Okay. Now I'm going to add some decorations for the days that aren't anything. I'm actually going to I'm going to keep it this size, so I'm going to do cut. I want it below the date sticker, so I'm going to go on here and hit paste. And then I'm going to do send to back. That's better. Okay, so now I have all of February stickered up. I'm now going to move to the weekly layout. I'm going to move to the move tool, and I'm going to hit right there. Okay, now this is where the modular calendar differs. This is the weekly page. It has no layout on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my modular planner folder, and there's a weekly layout. And I really have been digging this vertical layout. So I'm going to take that, then I'm going to just resize this. Put it right there. And then what I'm going to do, that is the background layer, the first layer that comes in. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this layer. So I'm going to hit plus, make that current, and then I'm going to lock it. So now I can't move it around. Now I'm going to go back to my sticker kit. Okay. This one has a little block scheduling module. So I'm going to pull some pieces from that. Let's see. I'm going to pull this one. And I like them because they're just a little solid color box or a pattern box. But as you can see, the opacity is set down so you can actually see through the weekly layout. I just like to add a little color behind my lists. That's a bigger box, so I'm going to delete that. Find another box about this size. Apparently I'm going to get this size box. This is where I like my boxes to match up in size. So I'm just going to pull that out. The other thing I like to do is I like to highlight. So there's a color picker in GoodNotes, and I'm going to make sure I'm on the right tool, and then the highlighter. So I like to highlight the week that I'm on. Okay. Now I need to put the dates on here. Now I'm going to use a little water color magic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Procreate. Let me find it. Okay, I am going to start a new document, just the size of my clipboard or my screen, nothing fancy. I'm going to go up to, I have a watercolor brush in here. Let's see. Yes, the water brush. This is the standard water brush that came with the brush library that already existed, and it's under painting and it's water brush. So then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drag my files over. I am going to take one of these pieces, and I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to drag it over, Okay, and then I'm going to make this bigger again. This has quite a few of the colors. I'm going to add another layer. And then what I'm going to do is I'm pressing and holding, and the little color wheel box comes up. So there, I have the exact color. Now I've got a blank layer. I'm going to take my brush, and I'm going to draw a square. When I draw this, to keep it from getting too much overlapping, I keep the brush held down. Okay, so now I have a brush. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hide this layer because I'm going to come back and get that color again. Okay, and then I'm going to hit the select tool. I'm going to go up to the little wrench tool, and I'm going to hit copy. Now I'm going to go over to Zoomnotes, and I'm going to hit paste. Okay, that came in huge, but it also came with quite the canvas, so I'm going to hit crop, and I'm going to go like this and crop it. It does have a transparent background, and I'm also going to adjust the opacity. There we go. I'm going to hit done. Now I just need to resize this. And these are perfect size. Okay, so now I'm going to go over back to Procreate. I have my shape. I'm going to turn this layer on, and I'm going to select another color, pink. I'm going to go ahead and turn this layer off, and I'm going to just hold, oops, I went back to the other color. So I'm going to get my cool color. Okay, I'm going to make sure I'm on the right layer, turn this off, oops, and then I'm going to drag this over to my shape. Now it is pink. Now I have the same shape to use. So I'm going to hit this, copy. Go back to Zoomnotes, paste, crop, opacity, done. Now I just have to resize it. Okay, so I have pink and I have the dark red. I think I'm going to go get, let's do the brown. Okay, I am now done with my weekly. So I'm going to go through and do my dailies. Again, this is a different calendar in the fact that these are blank. So here's my Monday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my modules again. Okay, I am in my modules, so I'm going to go into the daily modules this time. And I like to have a social media box, so I'm going to drag that over. And then I am going to add a large dot box. I'm going to arrange these how I like. And then I'm going to add a small dot box. And I'm going to copy this one. Oops. Select it and then copy. Paste. Okay, as you can see, I still have plenty of room to stickers, and I have a lot of stuff on here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to lock that layer so that they don't move, plus, oops, make this one current, make that one locked. And now I have my day. I'm going to go back to my sticker kit. Okay, so now I have stickers. Now I am going to go find these cute watercolor headers I made. Here we go. Alright, I'm going to take this work one, resize it down. Okay, then I'm going to find another one of these. And then I'm going to find one more. Here's a blank one, so I'm going to move that over. Ooh, that's another piece of washi, but that works. I'm going to go ahead and delete this because that's not what I want. Let me see if this one is bigger. There we go. As you can tell, all of these look different because I made all of these different. So I don't have a title that says social media, but I'll show you what I do over in Procreate to get my titles to match. As soon as this behaves, I want to cover up all that gray. There we go. I'm going to reposition that. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Procreate. I'm going to come in here. I like this shape, so I'm going to save it. So I'm going to delete this layer. And I'm going to pull up something that's that brown color. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to use my color picker. And then I'm going to turn off this layer, turn off this layer, add a new layer. And then I have these brush stamps to find my other ones. So I'm going to go words. I have a social media. So I'm just going to stamp this. Ta-da, my day is done. I could have put a sticker over here for the date. I like to do a few other little things like highlight the day. So I already have that. So there we go. And let's find the 4. Okay, now that's done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock this layer. Oops. I'm going to move up to this layer, lock this layer. And now all my handwriting and notes will be on one day. Oh, I left off one journal. So I need to go back here. Unlock. Go to this one. And here's the one I'm looking for. Okay, so now I'm done. Now I'm going to move to that current layer, lock it, and then everything from that day will be on a, all my handwriting from that day will now be locked into its own layer so that I can move it around or anything else I need to do. So I hope you've enjoyed this planner walkthrough and enjoyed seeing the new module calendar, seeing how I sticker. Hope you have